Welcome to the warm-up, hips and shoulders. For this warm-up, we're going to start off with the frog stretch. With this frog stretch, we can go a little bit wider to open up the groin, but when we start moving into our forward and back motions, that may be a little too tight. So feel free to close the legs a little bit so that you can get a full range of motion to go forward as well as to go back. We're going to perform 5 to 10 reps. We're just gliding it out, trying to get a comfortable range of motion, making sure that the hips are starting to loosen up. From there, we're going to add in a rotation through the upper body and breathe deeply. As we go through this stretch, we want to open up through the shoulder blades as well as the rib cage. Take a couple deep breaths and then hit the other side. Your breathing on this one should be deep and through the nose. The next movement that we're going to, or at least the next stretch that we're going to get into, continues from the hands and knees position. We're going to take your hand, place it behind the head, and then we're going to rotate through the spine. So your elbow is going to reach for the ground, reach as best as you can, and then rotate, driving that hand on the floor as hard as you can into the ground, and the elbow trying to point up to the ceiling. Again, we're going to perform 5 to 10 reps or until you get a good fluid range of motion. If you feel that you can get your elbow all the way pointed up to the ceiling, even better. You can feel how tight you are, and if you need a couple extra reps, go for it. Keep moving until you start to feel your body really loosen up. After this stretch, we're going to start to move into a seated position. Our seated stretch position is going to be this 90-90 sit. So your front leg is going to be heel to groin, and then your other leg is going to be pointing towards the back wall. With that front leg, we're going to take the same side arm, place it behind the head, grab onto the elbow, and open up the ribs. Take a deep breath in, and then we move into a side-lying lat opener. So on the side-lying lat opener, you want to try to reach as far as possible, trying to place your face firmly onto the ground. Hopefully the mat doesn't smell too much like mine did, but sure, you'll be okay. From there, we're going to switch positions and let's hit the 90-90 sit into our rib opener again. So hand goes behind the head, grab a hold of that elbow, and then reach over. On this side, for me, it's definitely a lot easier, so I'm kind of enjoying this stretch a little bit more than I did the other side. Feel free to stretch as much or as you can, or I was going to say as much as you want, and sometimes you might not want to do it. Anyway, we're going to go into the side-lying opener next. But as with each of these stretches, you're looking for about a couple of deep breaths, like 3 to 5, and really try to reach as much as you can. Like any good stretches, we're trying to start to free up the body. So one thing that you don't want to feel is a ton of tension by feeling a lot of pain in the movement. Our last thing that we're going to do for our is going to be the standing hip circles. So from the standing hip circles, we grab onto a wall, bring your knee up to about 90 degrees, and circle it for 5 to 10 reps. After you complete that, hit the other side. Again, circle it, 5 to 10 reps, really feeling your body stable into the ground. By the time you finish this, hips should be nice and open, and let's get that workout started.